Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the 2016 film Into the Inferno, directed by Werner Herzog. Now this film basically follows this man named Clive Oppenheimer, who is a volcanologist, and him and Werner Herzog go all around the world and they talk to different people on islands about volcanoes and talk about how it's kind of, affected the way that they see spirituality and superstition and all of that kind of stuff. They go and look at volcanoes and interview people at places like the Vanuatu archipelago, Indonesia, Ethiopia, and North Korea. This film contains some incredible imagery of volcanoes. They go to, some of the only volcanoes in the world where you can actually see the magma as you stare down at the volcano. The film starts and ends with these beautiful mostly slow motion shots of, volcano and the magma erupting, and it's really beautifully shot. There's also some other pictures of, volcano eruptions like Mount St. Helens and an explosion in Iceland and, a couple other ones. And the footage is brilliant. I mean, I don't even have a 4K TV. My TV is like HD or something. It's an older TV, so I don't even have a 4K TV. And this looked brilliant. I mean, it looked absolutely gorgeous. I can't even imagine what it would look like on something like my sister's TV. She has an enormous TV and, really, really nice 4K TV. I couldn't imagine what this would look like on that. Now, this is going to sound maybe kind of weird, but personally, my favorite one that they went and visited was the one at the Vanuatu archipelago. It's somewhere, I think it's like just north of Australia, in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And he talks to the leader of the tribe, and they go and they look at the volcano, and then Werner Herzog and the chief of the village or whatever, they come back down and they have an interview, and Werner Herzog asks him a little bit about how the volcano has affected their personal spiritual beliefs, and they talk about how the chief and all the tribesmen and all the people in this village, they believe that the volcano, there's like a big spirit that lives in it, and when everyone on the island passes away, their spirit goes into the volcano, and just all of this really interesting stuff. People on islands like this aren't usually the most educated, and so they kind of, they develop really superstitious belief systems as they go along, because what else are you going to think when the little island is the only thing that you've ever known, and you know that there's other things out there, but it's all you've ever known, this little island, and they know that it was made by this volcano, and it's still a seismically active volcano, and the thing could erupt any minute and blow up the whole island pretty much. The chief believed that it could pretty much blow up the entire world, and if you think about it, if the island is all they know of the world, and then the volcano is like this enormous, I mean, I can't even imagine what it would look like in person as someone who appreciates knowledge and learning things. I just think it's fascinating, and even though Herzog has his own beliefs and he's a very strong, opinionated, provocateur, he does the interview and he narrates the film and has all of his philosophical stuff. But the thing that I love about Herzog is that his documentaries, from the ones that I've seen, this is only maybe the third one that I've seen, and he does all of his stuff and formulates executes all of his arguments, but he leaves it ambiguous. He didn't tell you what to think. He'll tell you what he thinks, and he'll present the information through interviews and footage and all that, but he's not going to tell you what to think. It's always left morally, philosophically, just ambiguous, and I love that, because people don't really respond to being told what to do and being told what to think. Obviously, duh. So that's one of the things that I love about Werner Herzog. I've said in the past that Lars von Trier is my favorite filmmaker, and I love Lars von Trier, but I think that Werner Herzog might be my new favorite filmmaker, honestly. I think he might. He's an absolutely fascinating person. He's just one of those completely insane geniuses. Kind of like Lars von Trier, but in a little bit of a different way. But they are similar, though. Von Trier is Danish. He learned when he was 30 that his father was German. And, Werner Herzog is also, he's from Germany. He was born in Bavaria, Munich, Germany. Fun fact, Werner Herzog was born in 1942 in Munich, Germany. So he was born while World War II was still going on in Germany. And Von Trier's about 15 years younger, but, I feel like he probably had a similar kind of upbringing, at least. Danish culture and German culture are fairly similar. They're right next to each other. And so, I don't think it's surprising that these two filmmakers, Lars von Trier and Werner Herzog, have similar viewpoints and similar, dispositions and, outlooks and philosophies on life and all that. The last thing I wanted to say about Werner Herzog is that he is the only person in human history to have made a feature-length film on every single continent on Earth, including Antarctica. He's truly an incredible, mad genius of a man. One of the funny things that I found online on YouTube and stuff is looking up Werner Herzog quotes, just totally out of context, and it's pretty funny. I don't know. I think it's funny. Just the power of a man's ability to be able to take something like an animal and immediately just make it nihilistic. It's almost to the point of parody. It's funny. It's mentally very stimulating. It's heartbreaking. It's so many things. I don't know how he does it. It's truly incredible, the power of, an intelligent person's mind. Welcome, one and all, to Criticism Corner. So my main criticism for this film is... It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Oh, cool Pokemon card. When the pimp's in the crib, ma, drop it like a top, drop it like a... Oh, sorry, you wanted me to give a criticism of this film. I don't have one. It was pretty much perfect. Jeff and Dave, signing off from Criticism Corner. Into the Inferno is a 2016 documentary film directed by Werner Herzog. It's on Netflix. It was produced by them, so it's a Netflix original documentary. Werner Herzog also has a bunch of different films, fiction films, documentary films, ranging all the way from the 70s until today. He has one of the most incredible filmographies, pretty much ever. I also would highly recommend the documentary Grizzly Man, which is another documentary film that was made by Werner Herzog. If you've watched a lot of documentaries about animals, then you've probably seen Grizzly Man by now. Beautiful documentary. If you made it this far, I'd really appreciate it if you take just 1 second to click the like button. And if you like any kind of content about film, comedy, music, culture, skits, anything like that, then I might have some content on this channel that you would enjoy. If you want to go and check it out and click subscribe, then that would be awesome. You can always unsubscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.